Hello, thank you for joining me for the Technology for Students Who Learn Differently talk. We are particularly focusing on students with dyslexia. My name is Jess Arce, aka Coach Jess. My mom was diagnosed with dyslexia in the 1940s at the University of Yale. Back then, most people had no clue what dyslexia was, but she knew she was dyslexic. However, she didn't know what dyslexia was or looked like in other people. I, as a kid, was diagnosed as having a reading disability, or not diagnosed, but labeled as a kid. And I didn't learn to read until I was held back in 3rd grade and retook the grade. And then I got skipped to the right grade the next year when I changed schools. And because my math skills were ahead of grade level, so I was able to transition in now that I could read. And then I didn't realize until years later, after we had 4 children, that my husband was also dyslexic. He has more severe dyslexia than I do, and he had a different experience, and it's more your typical dyslexic experience where he was accused of being lazy and he would goof around to cover up his dyslexia. So we got married, didn't know either of us were dyslexic, and then we had 4 children, and 3 of our 4 children were diagnosed as dyslexic. And so, well, actually 2 of our 4 children were diagnosed as dyslexic. One of our children was not. He has moderate to mild dyslexia, but he has profound dysgraphia, which means difficulty with writing. So he can't take his thoughts from his mind and put it on paper. That is different than dyslexia, and is not as common as dyslexia is. And so I, in 2011, started helping my own kids, my 2 profound and severe dyslexic kids. And then other families asked me to help their kids who were in the homeschool community. And so that's when my business began in Las Vegas. And then we moved to California. And I actually was pursuing my real estate career, which I had done in Las Vegas and Texas before becoming dyslexia tutor in Las Vegas. So I then over the years, dyslexia became my passion, and I just focused on helping other families with dyslexia. So today we're going to talk about technology, and text-to-speech is one of the most common types of technology for dyslexic students. And this technology takes texts and reads them out loud on the computer, just like on a cell phone would do. And so you can find programs like OneNote and Word and use this text-to-speech. And then the opposite of that is speech-to-text. And the speech-to-text application, it takes spoken words and makes them into printed text. So you can, like on your telephone, you can say something and then it'll just appear there for you. And it's becoming more and more commonplace as technology evolves. Another option is word predictions. So you can start typing in a sentence and it'll give you some ideas. Sometimes just suffixes, sometimes they'll give you whole word ideas. Google is a great platform to find virtually everything you're looking for. Google has, and if they don't have it yet, they will soon have it. They have so many options available. I don't know that Google Hangout is one of the top places. I've actually been using Zoom for 3 years, so long before most people knew it existed. I was tutoring my students on Zoom because Skype was always dropping, and Hangouts, most people didn't have Hangouts, and it just wasn't a practical program. But most of their other options are great. Google Docs are great, and Google Sheets. This program was created on a Google Sheet and so there's lots of resources on Google. Sometimes I use Google Translate. I will copy and paste something I want to read into Google Translate and then press English on both sides, and then it'll just read it out loud to me. So that's a nice quick way to just listen to something. So audiobooks. Audiobooks are a great resource. I highly recommend that you use an audiobook along with the actual book with the student or yourself. It is a great way to reinforce the information because you're seeing it, so you're learning how to spell the words, you're getting familiar with the word. If you ever see the word in the future, it will be familiar to you because you're also hearing it. You can speed up audiobooks these days. So it's really a great option if you're on the bus or if you're at the gym, you can listen to an audiobook. You get much better quality vocabulary through listening to books than movies or plays or talking to people, because the quality of writing is very different than the other types of writing that we are usually exposed to. So definitely keep that in mind. If you don't have the book or don't have time to read the book while you're listening to it, don't worry about it. That's just, ideal and preferred, but it's not your only option by all means. Whoops. Okay, so there are so many free options available these days. I think 8 of the 9 listed here are free. I think 7 of the 8. Audible and Learning Ally both cost money. Audible, anyone can buy a monthly subscription. Learning Ally, you need to send a letter stating that your child has dyslexia, and it's a membership fee, an annual membership fee. The library has free resources. Voice Dreamer is free. Bookshares, Read and Go, at least at the time of this recording, all of these were free. Project Gutenberg I believe every book is over 100 years old, and they are all free. LibriVox, Lit2Go, sorry, here's my dyslexia, Story Nori, all of those are free options at the time of this publication. So there's a lot of audiobook resources available these days. And dyslexic-friendly fonts can be really desirable for people with dyslexia and learning differences to have it be visually discriminated. This is a website that belongs to a company that's part of a dyslexic entrepreneur group that I'm part of, and they have created reading tools for dyslexics that improve reading skills in an enjoyable way. So that they, I think, are going to provide more resources in the future. They're a startup company, so that's another option. So thank you for joining us today. technology is constantly changing these days, and there are so many new technological options continually becoming available. So you just got to keep Googling it, checking it, see what you can find. Some things will work for some students and totally not work for others, and they could both be dyslexic, so don't let that bother you. Technology is a great option, and it can make our lives so much easier now. Today, we don't have to handwrite as much as we used to. I dictate into my phone or my Lexia and my shopping list. My kids put it on there as well. So there's so many different options available these days. It's wonderful. And it also is nice to do things that are just hands-on and get our hands dirty and have fun, because dyslexic people are usually very multisensory. They want to feel things, but you also have to be careful about, some people can be very sensitive about what textures they are feeling. So just bear that in mind. Thank you for joining us today. And if you have any questions or want to make any, schedule a private call, we can do so. If you go to bit.ly/Lexia Learners, APPT, that's the best way to schedule an appointment with me, and we can have a private conversation. Or you can go to my website and learn more about our company. We provide tutoring for students, and we are going to be offering classes in reading, writing, spelling, math, science, art in the future in our Tustin location. And virtually, we are able to do both virtually. So at this time during the coronavirus or any other time, we can service you online. And it's almost the same as being in person. Well, now everyone knows what Zoom is. I used to have to explain to people, but we screen share and our students use our computer. So that's a great technology resource that is available to people all over the country. And so I think people are going to be more comfortable using online services moving forward. So that'll be an exciting new transition. Thank you, and everyone stay safe. Bye.